are you a citizen of the Rastafarian government? Answer is no. See, these are all false teachings. Now, the Honorable International Divine Prophet Noble Drew Ali said, I come to take the covers off all these secret societies, these misnomers, these false teachings. And it's very easy, Asiatic family, on social media. All you have to do is proclaim your nationality in your government, your Moorish American Theocratic government. And you can go to the website. It's www.moorishamericangovernment.land. Also, you can contact the officials at area code 434-676-1555. That's Sunday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Asiatic on social media, when you do this, by all means, please call an intelligent tone. There's no need to poke your lips out, roll your eyes, have your fist balled up. Because the truth was already determined in 1928 in Cuba, the Pan-African Conference. Who we are, Moorish American citizens. Now, once again, we're not here to speak radical or to put down any of our kin and, who don't want to be claiming I'm Moorish American, like the Hebrew Israelite. Now, if you call yourself a Hebrew Israelite and you're not living by the Constitution and the laws of the Israel government, and you're not a citizen of that government, that's falsehood. That's a false teaching. Because all free citizens live by their laws, Constitution, and they're citizens of their government. Let me give you a great example of what I'm talking about. Like for myself, my name is Julius Funches Bay. I'm a citizen of the Moorish American government. Now, what Constitution do I live by? I live by the Moorish Divine Constitution. That's who I am. So no matter where I travel in the world, those are the laws and Constitution I live by. Very important. I recognize every other Constitution in the world. But the first one I live by, no matter if I'm in Australia, Nigeria, doesn't matter where I go, Tokyo, those are the laws, because that's who I am. I'm Moorish American. But I recognize every other Constitution in the world. And see, this is what a lot of our Asiatics don't understand about status and jurisdiction. Before you have jurisdiction, you have to have status. That means who you are. Now, like so, if you can't trace your ancient heritage, you don't know what your nationality is, or what tribe you come from, I'm not making this up. This is according to international laws. You are recognized as commercial property or 3/5 human. That's today. We're not talking 1789. We're talking October the 23rd, 2017, as we speak, as I do this demonstration. That's how you recognize. So check the records. And also, Asiatic on social media, before I close, at the General Conference of the United Nations, as our government officials did our declaration for our government, they wrote in bold print. They were waiting for us for the last 60 years to come, to say who we are, already established in 1928 at the Pan-African Conference. But for some reason, we want a bucket, and that's not helping us. So we want to talk about reparations in a twinkle of an eye overnight. That's all we got to do, is come together. But you got to come together in your government, not an organization. See, organization has members. A government has citizens. And this is what you need to do. And it's very easy to do. Once again, let me give you that website. It's www.moorishamericangovernment.land. Also, you can contact the officials at the Moorish American government. That's Sunday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have any questions about what is a Moorish American citizen, they will be gladly to assist you. But remember, do it with an intelligent tone. There's no need to call there, with your lip poked out, fist balled up, looking cockeyed. That's not going to help you. Because, once again, the truth was already established before about 95% of us on social media in 1928. And now, you might disagree with the truth, but you can't change it. It's already human records. And they've been waiting for us for the last 60 years to come under our Moorish American theocratic government, not an organization. Because governments do trade with one another, not organizations, governments. And we have it. We had Act 5 of the Moorish theocratic constitution. See, the Honorable Prophet Noble Ali said, we are part and parcel of the Moorish American government because the United States Constitution denaturalized us. Article 1, what did it say? Slave. The word slave means non-human. So if you was non-human in 1789, how can you be a human in 2017? It's impossible. It's a delusion. You cannot change the truth. And the Honorable Prophet Noble Ali said he came to take the covers off this secret society. All you have to do is read Act 6 of the Moorish Divine Covenant. He said we are descendants of the ancient Moabite. That puts us on the human family. Stop going around talking about you are a descendant of a slave. Mentally and legally, you are telling people you are nothing. You are commercial property. No, the Honorable Prophet Noble Ali brought you a nationality, a tribe, an ancient heritage. And you have to proclaim this. See? And it's not the Europeans' fault. Sometimes we're in our own way. A lot of us don't like to hear it, but that's the truth. If we come together tomorrow and say we're going to New York, the United Nations, as citizens of the Moorish American government, and talking about, you want to talk about reparations, land, it's ours. But if we don't proclaim it, if we stop trying to be so-called slick, cool, and hip, call all these other names, Nubian, Rastafarian, Negro, Black, people of color, all these are misnomers. They're not recorded as a human record to put us on a human family. And we don't say this to speak radical or to insult or to put anybody down. We say this to uplift all of fallen humanity. Because our ancient heritage are the forefathers of humanity. It's us. But we want to poke our lips out, roll our eyeballs, and keep blaming the European. But you keep standing on the European's law and keep rejecting your own law. So then when the European mistreats you, then you go, well, he's mean and nasty. Think about what you're doing. You're under his laws. You're under his constitution. You're under his jurisdiction. Come from out of that. We're not saying despise to hate the European. No. They have their earthly salvation. You have your earthly salvation, your Moorish salvation, your Moorish divine constitution, your Moorish American flag, your ancient heritage, the descent of ancient Moabites. You're not no descendant of no slave. A slave is non-human. Slave is commercial property. Stop going around denaturalizing yourself. Somebody asks you, you're descendant of ancient Moabite. Yes, persecution took place to our people because we reject our own laws, we amalgamated with the European nations. We brought that on ourselves, but we can come out of it by correcting who we are. And the Prophet Noble Ali said it. He said, you got the pen now. He said, when you correct your name, the Bay, the Ali, the L, you hyphen it. The hyphen means you coming out of slavery to freedom. This is what he's teaching our people in 1913. before all of us on social media was even born. This is what he was teaching in 1913. Who we are, Moorish American government. And a lot of our Moorish kin in the teens, in the 20s and 30s, they had that mentality of organization instead of government. See, government has citizens. Organization has members. We got the supreme laws now. This was the Honorable International Divine Prophet Dr. Ali said, it's a new era, a new time. The Moorish American government is on the manifest. The Moorish scientific are the general laws. Yes. They supposed to be our embassies, our schools, our counselors, to teach our Asiatic people we are the descendants of the ancient Moabites. We're not no descendant of no slave. We're not commercial property. We're not 3/5 human. Don't think like that. When somebody asks you who you are, you say the descendant of the ancient Moabite. Yes. Oppression came to our people because our own people, we reject our own Moorish laws. We want to amalgamate it with the European nations, accept their laws, and accept their women. Today, we're not teaching the demise or hate or put down European women. No. That's for the European nation. For his nation. You have your Moorish American sisters and women to uplift the Moorish nation, government, empire for your earthly salvation. We're not talking about no delusion, no track and field, no racism and integration and sex. All that's delusion, that's falsehood. Because under any of those terms, who is your nationality? Who's your divine creed under those labels and terms? Negro, black, people of color, African American? Now, none of those labels has a constitution, has a flag, has a birthright, an ancient heritage. They're all misnomers. And we're not here to put anyone down, to speak radical, to insult. With all Moorish family. It was established. I got to keep saying 1928 in the Pan-African Conference, international birthrights, divine creeds, ancient heritage, not about some so-called history. My Asiatic family, let's stop bucking against our international divine birthright. It's already recorded. Our divine creed. We have the Moorish American government. We have 12 departments. Get in where you fit in. All of the great God, all I gave y'all a gift and a talent. Use it to uplift the Moorish American government. Don't come and try to attack your own government. This is your government. This is your bloodline, your heritage. It's all about you. And the greatest sin in the world before I go, reject yourself. That's the greatest sin. So let's say, for example, you walking down the street and you ask a person who they are. They don't know who they are. According to medical terms, there's a diagnosis of something wrong mentally with that person. Like so in law, status and jurisdiction. When someone said who you are, you don't have an international birthright. I don't know the tribe you come from. You can't trace your ancient heritage. According to international law, you already are recognized as commercial property and 3/5 human. That's today. We're not talking 1789 or 1774. We're talking today. 2017, October the 23rd. So you will recognize. But the Honorable International Divine Prophet Noble Drew Ali said he came to take the covers off that, off these so-called Negro organizations and Negro labels and terms, misnomers. In 1913, to bring us back to the human family. An excellent book to get to my Asiatic on social media is the Moorish Americans 101 for students and teachers. And where can you get this book at? You go to www.7seals Publications. It's on the Moorish American Theocratic Government website. It's in the education department. We have 12 departments for you. Now, I know some of you listening here and you're going to say, well, if I become a citizen of the Moorish American government, what's going to happen to the United States? You already answered. There will not be no more United States. It's the Moorish American government, mentally and legally, because who you are. So when you proclaim something, that means you have ownership over land and water. That's what law is. But if you don't proclaim your nationality and be a citizen of your own government, have jurisdiction over your own Moorish American flag, then how you going to blame the European? The European is not stopping you. I know a lot of you right now, when I say that, you got your lip poked out, fist balled up, looking cockeyed. It's not going to help you. But all you got to do is go to www.7sealspublication.com and get all of the Honorable International Divine Prophet Noble Drew Ali's literature and study for yourself. Because he said, I brought you everything to free you, but you got to think and you got to study. See, what I'm saying is not based on the hearsay. It's not sounding real slick, cool, and hip. Everything I'm saying, you can trace it back to 1913, and you can trace it back to 1929. And all of it is dealing with your international divine creed, which is love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Now, I know a lot of us have been hit on the head on social media as Asiatic with this word love. Now listen, we're not talking about lusting and breeding and multiplying like animals. No, we're not talking about that kind of love. We speak of love, we talk about knowing your ancient heritage, knowing your international divine birthright, knowing your international divine creed, knowing you have a flag, a Moorish American flag. No, you don't have to kneel down to no one's flag. Take no oath or pledge to anybody's flag, because you have your own. You have your own national anthem, Moorish American. Stand proud and sing it. The Honorable Prophet Noble, he brought you everything. Because what's the duty of a prophet? To save nations. Nations are governments, not organizations. Yes, organizations are inside of the government. They are the general laws, but the government is the supreme laws. And that's what's the new era. That's what we live in now. So, to all my Asiatic on social media, some things I have said, you might disagree with them, but before you disagree with them, study them. Compare the Honorable International Divine Prophet Noble Drew Ali's literature. See if he's telling the truth. See if it sounds real slick, cool, and hip. Are you really a Hebrew Israelite? If you are, why are you not a citizen of the Israel government? Why you don't live by the Israel laws and constitution? Like so, if you're a Nubian, we're not here to pick on you, to insult. Speak. We said, let's think. Just like I'm Julius Funches Bay. I'm a citizen of the Moorish American government. I live by the Moorish American Divine Constitution. I'm a citizen of the Moorish American government. I honor and I pledge